I got a pink blue ribbon and a bottle of gin. Race with the devil and a dog to win. Got a little honey on my right side. And you stand right rocking till the morning light. The people see me coming and stop and yell. Buy that first round in hell. Sit and tonic. Sit and tonic. Drink a sit and tonic. Sit and tonic. Drink a sit and tonic and a sit roll down in hell. I got a pink blue ribbon and a bottle my blue suede shoes down to Wormhole Bar. Got to rockin' with rhythm, run on over at the hill. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Well, my old gal's slow and easy, but all the hip cats know when she gets that rockin' rhythm, knocks the polish off the toes. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Well, come on, kick it with it. Get your hand out that fruit jar. Get that rock and roll rhythm. Pick your toenails up tomorrow. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Oh, kitty cat. Well, my old gal's slow and easy, but all the hip cats know when she gets that rock and rhythm, knocks the polish off the toes. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Oh, come on now, get it, cat. Get it. They took my blue suede shoes down to Wormhole Bar. Got to rockin' with the rhythm, run on over at the hill. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Well, it's a cat, cat clothes, cat, cat clothes, cat, cat clothes, cat clothes. Put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Yeah, kitty, put your cat clothes on, 'cause tonight we're gonna really rock it right. Well, the label in the town and it started to play. You can smell trouble brewing right away. She hid in the corner with the devil's kid, and she's tall and mean and ugly as sin. There's a drunk ass bitch in the bar, talking lots of shit, pushing it too far.
Hello. There we go. How's it going, Wormhole? All right. You guys, I'm gonna need y'all to try that again. How is it going, Wormhole? My name is Derek Marshall, and I'm gonna be introducing the host for tonight's Drunk Sober High Show. Who'd you guys come here to see? Drunk people? Sober. High people? I'm a little high. And this guy probably is too. Give it up for your host of this evening, Preston Douglas!
Holy shit, what's up, Savannah? Make some noise for yourselves for coming out tonight. Welcome to Drunk, Sober, or High, a show where 3 teams of comedians are going to compete either drunk, sober, or high. You're probably wondering, as the host, which team am I on? Which team am I rooting for? I'm here to let you guys know in Savannah that I'm on all 3 teams. Bow, 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 bow. Obviously, I'm drunk and high off the alcohol and pot, but if anybody has any cocaine later, I'll be sober. Just let me know, guys, at the pool table. Usually guys who play pool have coke. Not trying to say anything about you guys, but it's just a thing that happens. Make some noise if you're in college right now. You're doing all the drugs. You're in college. Do you take Adderall? You don't take Adderall? Does anybody in here take Adderall? A couple people take Adderall. Adderall's like the shittiest coke you could ever get. No, you guys know how Adderall is made? Anybody? No? Awesome. Let me learn y'all some facts real quick. Adderall, it's really unique. It's never before done in the world of pharmacology, because here's what they do. They actually take pure, uncut cocaine. That's right. They take pure, uncut cocaine, and then they put it through this crazy process where they take all the fun out of it, and then when you take it, you're instantly $40,000 into student debt. You should just had the cocaine. You would have had fun. I remember a time before I was a hellion, a sinner, when I was a pure kid in Presbyterian school when I was young. And I remember the day I became a sinner. I was in Sunday school, and I had the nerve. I went up to my Sunday school teacher, and I asked him, "Hey, man, where are the dinosaurs at? Where are the dinosaurs? They should be in the Old Testament. If we're going from the beginning of time until they killed Jesus or whatever, the dinosaurs should be in there. That should be like the most important part. Where are the dinos at?" Right? And this guy, you know, there's a reason he worked with kids. He was real sweet because here's what he did for me. He actually got down on one knee, looked me right in the eyes, and said, "Here's a pack of cigarettes. Get the hell out of here before you ruin the other kids." And then I just started smoking pot at 9 years old. I don't know. I actually tried to become a born-again Christian in middle school just because all the other cool kids were doing it. Yeah, there's a few of you in here. I can see you. It's a really conflicting idea, though, when your favorite band at the time is 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, like 9 Inch Nails was my favorite band, and I couldn't tell any of my friends because, God forbid, they think I'd want to slit my wrist or fuck them like an animal. I didn't want them to think that. I was also personally conflicted because I love 9 Inch Nails, and I was trying to get into God for the pussy, but oh no, there's this one 9 Inch Nails song I had to delete off my iTunes, and my iPod. I had to get rid of it. It's track number 3 on the Downward Spiral. It's a song called Heresy. Obviously, one lady already knows it. You know, if you haven't heard the song before, the chorus goes, "God is dead and no one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there." To which I just got rid of my iPod and iTunes, because the last thing I wanted, the last thing I wanted was to get up to heaven and have God be like, "Hey man, welcome to heaven. Do you mind if I see your iPod real quick? Don't worry, I do this with everybody." All right, cool. He starts scrolling through. He starts looking at my music selection. He's like, "All right, Tom Petty, that's cool. Oh, Fall Out Boy. You know, a lot of people think Pete Wentz is a douchebag, but I created him, so you know." Just keep scrolling. Be like, "Oh, 9 Inch Nails. You know, I've never personally heard him, but I know my son's really into that band." Oh, what, is Jesus your best friend or something? And he would just click that song, start listening to it, just be like, "Yeah, it's got a really driving beat." And then just start listening to the lyrics, be like, oh. All right, well, 2 things, Preston. Hell is real. And say hello to Kurt Cobain to me, motherfucker, and he just kicks me down to the depths of hell. The worst part is I never get to meet Kurt Cobain. He was in the VIP section the whole time. I'm not a very important person. So who's on team high tonight? Make some noise. You can be in the audience and be on team high. We smoked on the way here because we sat in like 45 minutes of traffic coming out of Atlanta. And I don't know if you guys have this problem. Like, when I smoke weed, I don't have the problem where I get paranoid or anxious. I have the problem where I get really existential. You know, like, take for instance, I'll be in my car hotboxing on the way to go get some fast food, and I'll just start singing to myself, "Is this how I do it? Na 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 na. Is this how I do it? What is the meaning of my life? Oh. And then the next thing I hear is, sir, please remove your car from the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. It smells like weed and you're not responding to us. Stop singing. It's not that good. I really do enjoy smoking weed, but I'm not going to have a Valentine's this year because I enjoy smoking weed way more than I do being in a relationship. Make some noise if you're... Yeah. What's up, guys? No, I was in a relationship recently, like a couple of months ago. We just broke apart because, you know, I'd rather smoke weed than hang out with her. But she really liked me. She really, really liked me. And she showed it because for Halloween, she went dressed as a pot leaf. You know, in the hopes that I would love her more. But what she doesn't understand is I'm going to chronically abuse her and pass her around to all of my friends. All right, that might have offended somebody in this crowd, and to you I say I'm sorry. But here's what we'll do: if that offended you, just come find me after the show, and you can give me $5 and I'll let you hit her too. All right, are you guys ready to get this show on the road or what? You can make some more noise than that. You guys ready? Yeah. Our first comic coming up to the stage. He's not on any team. He's just Team Steven. Make a lot of noise for Stephen Mays, everybody. Let him hear it.
What is up, Wormhole? How are y'all doing? Guys, it is African American History Month, and I am stoked about it. Favorite month of the year, because I get blackout every night. Yeah, my liver's so dead and shriveled it looks like a black power fist. I see some of y'all are celebrating as well. I just want to say if you're driving, just be careful. You don't want to get a DUI. I already have a couple of those. They fucking suck. Last one I got, though, was bullshit, because I knew I was too drunk to drive, so I let Jesus take the wheel. But judging from the ditch I woke up in, he had way more to drink than I did. I'm glad y'all found that funny. The cop didn't. Guy was like, oh, Jesus took the wheel. Where is he now, man? I was like, you haven't heard the word? Jesus is everywhere. He's like, well, you can spend some time with him in county. If you've never been pulled over for a DUI, let me give you some pointers. The cops will probably come up to the window and say something like, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Don't do what I did and just go, and then stick your hands down your pants. Because then they pull you out of the car. And I'll probably throw you a little curveball like, sir, you smell like alcohol. Don't do what I did and just go, better than weed. Because it's not. End up in the same place for both of those, actually. I don't know why I bought this, but I paid for it, so I'm going to finish it, guys. Which is awful logic for me. I don't know if you just heard my luck. I'm likely to get a hooker that turns out to be a dude, and I'll be like, paid for it, so I'm going to finish it. Just not in my eyes, Daisy. Speaking of prostitutes, you never know your stance on abortion until you have a pregnancy scare. We're getting into real life now. This happened to me. Girl called. She was like, hey, I'm late. I think it's yours. I was like, nope. Because no matter how deep your throat is, I know it doesn't lead to your vagina. Yeah. But you know when something sticks in the back of your head? And you're like, I didn't graduate college. What if her throat does lead to her vagina? I'm not ready for a baby. What can I do? I know. I'll give her a fifth of vodka and an uppercut to the uterus because that'll solve all my problems. And I know what a lot of y'all are thinking, like, oh my God, I can't believe you just killed that baby. Because I didn't kill that baby. That baby just doesn't know how to handle its booze or take a punch. So it's obviously not mine. Oh, a little touchy on that subject. That's a real life thing that people deal with. Since we're dealing with controversial issues, I wish politicians would talk more about what I care about, like Pepsi versus Coke. Yeah, I'm a really big Coke fan, and not that kind. Drugs, gross. But I was at a friend's house and I had cottonmouth. I was like, hey, can I get a Coke? He's like, sure, help yourself. They're in the fridge. Open the fridge up, full of fucking Pepsis. Only way I can describe my disappointment, it's like you're about to hook up with your girl. and you're about to lay down the boom, obviously. But then she just gives you a dry handy for 20 minutes, and she's not even into it. She's like reading a People's magazine. She's not even giving arm. It's all wrist. And you're like, come on, spit on it, put your mouth on it, do something. But she won't, because she's a fucking Pepsi. Only way it could have been worse, guys, if it was a fridge full of RC Cola. Because that's like you're about to hook up with a girl, and she goes into the other room, you're like, oh shit, it's about to go down. Then she comes back in with a strap on and fucks you. Because RC Cola is disgusting. You drink RC Cola next time you go to the grocery store, spend the extra $1.50, live like a baller. You only live once, guys. Drake told me that. So I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. Hard to believe, I know. But I would ask a lot of weird questions. They'd be like, Steven, why do white people like cheese so much? You're like, I don't know, it's fucking delicious. I'll take a half ounce of Gouda if you got it. But sometimes their questions would get way more serious. They'd be like, why did the white man create crack? To destroy black neighborhoods structurally and economically? And I know the reaction they expected. Like, oh no, the black people figured it out. Let me go alert the Grand Wizard. But I was like, didn't a black man create peanut butter? Do you know how many little white kids are allergic to peanut butter? Guys jumping out, get jiffed, bitch, get jiffed. Hate crimes have never been so delicious. All right, guys, that's my time. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh man, keep it going for Steven. Let him hear it. Holy shit. All right, you guys ready to start the competition? Have your first member for Team Drunk up. Hopefully he doesn't fall asleep on stage. Right now, please welcome to the stage Savannah's very own Aaron Odom, everybody. There you are.
I can't promise I'm not going to sleep. All right, let me tell y'all a little bit about me. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 13 because they made me look cool. But now I want to quit, so I started smoking one of those personal vaporizers. I'm drunk. Let me start through this. Started smoking one of those personal vaporizers, and it's great. I get all the satisfaction of inhaling nicotine without ever having to worry about looking cool again. That's important. I took a blind date to my senior prom. It was awkward. I just met her. A couple hours later, I'm meeting her family for the first time. We're taking pictures, and her dad's just eyeballing me. And I know all he's thinking is, man, this kid is going to have casual sex with my daughter later tonight. But my tuxedo stayed on the whole night, and I had formal sex with his daughter, like a gentleman. I know that. No, I know, that's fucked up. It is fucked up. The drug war is ludicrous. Marijuana should not be illegal, and that man should not have gone to jail for the last 8 years. But he had a spoiler on his truck, so. I recently started taking night classes so I could pursue my dream job at the Renaissance Fair. That's a smart joke. I barely get it right now. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm a hypochondriac, but only when it comes to STDs. I think a lot of guys are like this. It only happens when you're going through a dry spell. You spend a lot of alone time with your dick. You start looking at it different. You're like, what's that red spot? I need to go to the doctor. You go. The doctor's like, come on, dude, don't make me. You're like, no, look at it. I swear there's something different. And he's like, that's not herpes, man. Like, have you done anything different? Have you switched detergents? Are you like, are you doing any sports lately? It's like, I did jerk off 9 times yesterday. That might be it. When babies breastfeed, they pass their germs to their mother, so her body can create antibodies to help the baby's immune system. I just do it because it's hot. whenever I go to a hotel, I like to bring a few things that I don't mind leaving. Like, it's because every time you go out of town, without fail, you will forget something. All right? So I'm hoping it's going to be one of these things and not something important, like a phone charger or my grandpa. Forget the day that I made my first dollar. I'll also never forget the day I was arrested for counterfeiting. I'm going to leave you guys on this one. It's a little food for thought. It's something I believe. You might believe it too. But there is a fine line between a really nice pair of big breasts
Aaron Odom, everybody. What do you guys say? Does he need another drink? Very iffy on that one. Our next comic coming up to the stage will be Team Sober. Make a lot of noise right now. Starting right now. Start making noise. And keep it going for Liam Russ, everybody. Let him hear it.
How we doing, Wormhole? I'm wasted right now. No, I'm actually on Team High, and it's weird. I haven't smoked weed in a while, like since I don't know, was Katy Perry on American Idol? Like a long time ago. And when Derek asked me to be on Team High, he spent like 20 minutes asking me if I was okay to smoke weed. And we've been friends for like 2 years, but I'm still 80% sure Derek thinks I'm a cop. Which is fair because I also don't trust white people, and I can see how that would be confusing. So Wormhole, I'm going to be a father. Not like immediately. I just gave up condoms for Lent, like a good Catholic, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty lazy, so my pull-out game is not 100% on point. Oh no! Have you guys ever thought about when you lost your virginity? If that culminated in a child, how old that child would be right now? Just something to think about if you take acid as much as I do. And I remember losing my virginity very vividly the next morning because the sex was fairly forgettable. I think I was like, I don't know, 16 at the time. But when I walked into geometry the next day, I really thought like World War II kind of way. Like just like to kind of, oh, okay. That was I didn't think that many people knew history here. She ordered a cheeseburger, and
the cat to hell. really excited to give him his first Star Wars toy. Yeah. If he's my nephew, he's going to have to learn a thing. He saw the Hot Wheels logo, saw the X-Wing, and asked me a question I'll never forget. B, why isn't it a truck? I said, because it's fucking better than a truck. But I didn't say fuck at the time. That's just how I think of it. And I explained to him what an X-Wing was. I said, it's like a plane. You like planes. It's like a plane for outer space, and it shoots bad guys. He took this as this thing actually shoots, and it's not just a piece of die-cast metal. So I said, no, you have to make the noises. Pew, pew. You have to go pew, pew if you want to shoot the bad guys. So he's sitting there being a 4-year-old saying pew, pew, being all adorable. And I finally had to figure I need to ask him about his day, because they missed a flight. They got in late. So I was like, hey, little buddy, I heard you missed a flight. How are you? And I'll never forget what he said, because he's a B. We missed that son of a bitch. My parents are horrified. My brother's horrified because he realized that his son was listening to his phone conversation with his wife in his fury and learned a thing. Everyone's horrified, and I reacted the only way I knew how. I went, fuck, little man, that sucks ass. I hate flying to begin with. I can't believe I couldn't handle that goddamn pressure. Now everyone's horrified. My mom and dad are angry. My brother, he's smiling because he's off the hook. I'm no longer the black sheep in the family for being in college for 10 years. I'm the black sheep because I said fuck in front of a 4-year-old. And he just looked at me, fuck yeah, B. He calls me B because my name is Blair, not because it's how little kids would say bitch. I'm totally his bitch, though. I like to watch horror movies that are really bad, and sometimes I like to review them and spoil them for audiences. You're in for a treat. Recently, I watched It Follows. It's literally just about a sexually transmitted curse. You fuck somebody, you give them a demon that just slowly follows them until it catches them and dies and comes back after you, because that's how STDs work. No one in this movie thinks about finding like the highest rated prostitute on Yelp and going and fucking her, because she's going to fuck like a sinner later. That sinner's going to go home and fuck his wife, who totally knows about everything. You're 3 deep in 3 hours. No one thinks of this. It's a stupid fucking movie. But I did watch one that was almost good. I watched The Visit. I don't know if you've seen this movie. It's literally about like grandkids going to see their grandparents for the first time in their lives. They don't know anything about them, so they're making a documentary. And the grandma, she's not in the best mental health. She has what's called sundowning, where her mental issues get increased when the sun goes down. So they wake up and like open the door and find grandma like just clawing at the door naked, or holding a fucking butcher knife and staring at the handle for 3 hours. I know this because they have like the little time clock on Paranormal Activity. And I was just sitting there like that's terrifying to think of like, your grandma doing that, but that would be like extra terrifying for me because both my grandmas are dead. And I feel like if I found that I would be terrified because my dead grandmas are like staring at my handle. And then I'd feel like I should be hearing like the Walking Dead theme music at any time. I have real big goals in life. I want a pet raccoon that I can name Daniel Francis Ocean. Danny Ocean for short because he's a bandit. I'd train him like to go get me beers and shit because they have like little hands. It's pretty awesome. Every time I pass one near my apartment, I call my mom. I was like, I just saw a raccoon. She said, don't hug it. They have rabies. I was like, they could have raccoon hugs, and that sounds awesome. But I feel like another good name for a raccoon would be like DiCaprio's Oscar. Because much like my chances of getting one, I'm probably going to have to get raped by a bear to be considered. Anyway, I'm Blair Young. Thank you.
Guys, keep it going for Blair. Let him hear it. That was the end of round 1. All right, so who do you think won that round? Was it Aaron from Team Drunk? You think Aaron won Team Drunk? All right. What about Liam from Team High? All right. Now what about Blair from Team Sober? Guys, that was undoubtedly for Liam, Team High. We got one down for Team High. We got 2 more rounds to go. Our next comedian coming up to the stage. He's on Team Drunk, and I know he's drunk because he just used the restrooms 3 times before his set. So I want you guys to go ahead, start making noise right now for Team Drunk, all the way from Savannah, Georgia. Keegan Ray, everybody! There you are. Why'd you bring a chair?
Don't you fucking worry about it, god damn it. Wormhole, make some motherfucking noise. We're not studying in a library, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else is bullshitting. I thought we were really gonna be team drunk. I've been drinking since 5. I got here. Everybody else is on that team buzzed bullshit. So I'm gonna get right into it. See, the other day I was at work. I wait tables. And a bunch of guys, they looked at me, they were like, yo, Keegan, man, after work, we're gonna go to the strip club. You wanna go to the strip club with us? We're gonna hit the strip club. And people know, when guys get on that bullshit, they just won't stop. And I was like, dude, I'm not even gonna do it. And everybody just kept going, and I was like, look, man, y'all don't understand. I got post-traumatic stress disorder from the last time I went to the fucking strip club, man. I can't even fucking do it. Next day they came in, they're like an hour and a half late. They're all fucking hungover. The bartender's got like lipstick on his collar. They're like, dude, you missed it. I was like, dude, I didn't miss anything. They're like, no, you did. I was like, no. Let me tell you about my first time going to the strip club. I'm gonna tell y'all the same story. First time I ever went to the strip club, it was a bunch of rowdy motherfuckers. You know that group of friends you shouldn't be hanging out with, but you go anyway? And the whole ride there, you're like, oh, we're going to jail tonight. Like, this is fucking, Jason's driving, we're going to jail. I'm already turning my phone off so I can call an Uber later. I'm fucking, Jason's driving. So we go to the fucking strip club, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and clue y'all in on a little secret about Keegan. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. Never been to a strip club before, so I didn't know that this was my own private hell. So I go walking up in this strip club. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, my first time at a strip club, I'm not gonna be too cool for y'all. I'm not gonna be like, yo, I walked right down front throwing money out. I walked in and was like, oh shit. These bitches are like naked. I mean, like, ass open naked. So my buddy grabs me by the shirt. He's like, dude, we gotta go right down front. I was like, I guess I gotta get the strip club experience. So I'm right down front. This girl walks right over to us. She starts twerking. I'm looking right into the eye of the storm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no! Oh, I start thinking about like all the shit I had touched. On the way in, I was like, I started looking around. Everybody else is just enjoying this shit, throwing money out. I started thinking about how dirty money is. The girl starts putting $1 bill in her mouth. I'm like, oh, no. Oh. So I start freaking out. I panic. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out to the bathroom, straight to the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm washing up like a fucking doctor. I got elbows in the sink, dude. I come walking out like I'm going to surgery. So I'm trying to give it another chance, right? I'm like, maybe this is just me. Keegan, I'm telling myself, fucking settle in, man. Man up, goddammit! You're a man, this is strip club, these are titties! So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna settle into this motherfucker. So I sit back down, grab my drink, because I'm like, I need a goddamn drink. That's what I kept telling myself. But baby, in my mind, I'm having a panic attack. So I look over, and I'll never forget what happened. It stuck with me. 7 years later, I'm 28, I ain't never been back to a strip club, right? I look over, and the dude, I'm freaking out, trying not to look at this girl's asshole. So I'm looking to the left and the right. I look over, and there's this old dude. I figure he knows what's up at the strip club, right? Dude is sitting there just like this. Goddamn, like R. Kelly is playing. My man's just jamming, right? He's like. So I had to ask. I said, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He said, oh man, you know, butt dust. I said, what? He said, butt dust. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I'll never forget what this dude said to me. He said, well, you know, these girls get out there, man. They started shaking that ass, and then they started sweating. So they go back to the locker room, and they just baby powder up. He said, then when they come out and they start twerking, that butt dust starts flying out. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? I was like, we're breathing that shit in right now. I was like, how this is be a fucking on the news, dude. Local strip club, we're inhaling butt dust. What the fuck? Nobody else seemed affected by it. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This is my last little bit. So have y'all ever heard about cam girls? Anybody ever heard of cam girls? Look at these nasty perverts in the back trying to act like they've never heard about fucking cam girls. Let me tell you what a cam girl is. It's a girl that sits in front of her webcam and she just plays with herself in front of anonymous people. Dude, I read a fucking article that said these girls make $100,000 a year. I masturbate for free like 3 times a fucking day. I'm thinking that's like $300,000 a fucking year. But all it is this. These girls are like 19 years old, making $100,000 a year, right? She's just living wild, right? She's at Wormhole in Savannah, living her life, buying drinks for her friends right now. Say 10 years from now, she starts watching some Bernie Sanders rallies. She starts having some fucking thoughts about economics, some revolutionary thoughts about the government. She's gonna be at Walmart. People gonna be like, hey, don't I know you? I've seen you somewhere. She's like, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, I swear I've seen you somewhere. No, I don't think so. She's on CNN. She's giving her fucking debate. She's whipping Hillary's ass. And then somebody's like, wait, I know her. That's fucking Dildo Daisy. Hell fucking no, you can't run for office, Dildo Daisy. Thank y'all so much. Give it up for Team Drunk, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, cheers, motherfucker.
Oh shit, kick it everybody, let him hear it! Wow, that's gonna be hard to follow. But this next guy coming up to the stage, I know he's truly a member of Team High. You taking the fucking chair with you? No, this next guy coming up to the stage, I know he's truly a member of Team High. I got high with them before the show started. Make a loud noise right now from Team High. Derek Marshall, everybody!
Hey, what's up, Wormhole? How about, like I was getting my jokes together. I was sitting over there and I was like, damn, Keegan's doing good. And I was like, all right, well, like, I got some better material. Did he hit y'all with that butt dust? God damn. I was like, all right, well, I might have a shot. And then, God, all right, what? Whew. How's it going, Wormhole? So, I saw a sign the other day. It said youth boxing. It was at a gym. The sign said youth boxing. It made me go inside. But it was bullshit. They didn't let me fight any children. I'm arguing with the manager like, sir, your sign clearly says youth boxing. Thank you. Now bring me out a black 8-year-old. Because I like a challenge. So, fellas, women have beat us at masturbation. They did it. We have lost. The reason why is because they don't have shame in it anymore. I'll tell you this. I used to live with an ex-girlfriend. She would masturbate, doors wide open, no headphones. Me, I use a, ma'am, do you know what an incognito window is? Do you use it? No, you don't, because she doesn't need to. Fellas, your computer's an incognito right now. Just in case mom drops by to check out the weather. Like, I'll tell you this, I've never, jerked off behind a door that wasn't locked. She has volume all the way up, no headphones. Mine's in at 40%, like my roommate's the daredevil. The real reason they beat us is because they can get caught and then go back to it. What? Fellas, you remember the first time you got caught? That Jurassic Park scene, raptors learn how to open the door? It's in like it's a present. All I do is look at the you're going yes. Thank you.
Trying to fucking bullshit you, because they have, we got all those old ass buildings, like tons of old ass buildings in the city, and there's that old ass sign because everybody's like historic preservation. Remember when we had slaves? Blah blah. So there's that old ass sign, and it says, "Ice cream subs, check cashing." Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Ice cream subs, check cashing. Now, if you've seen this sign, which you haven't, I'll explain to you. This sign is at least 135,000 years old. It's an old sign. It's obviously, the building is boarded up. Obviously, there's no ice cream, there's no subs, no check cashing. It's over. It's done. My little sister called me and she said, "Hey, man, I went to that ice cream subs place. They were closed." And I was like, wait, first of all, what? What did you do? She's like, "I went to that ice cream sub place and they were closed." And I was like, "Are you? What's an ice cream sub?" She was like, like a giant ice cream sandwich. An ice cream sub. I was like, you are wrong on so many levels right now. First of all, that's obviously a sign from 1886. She said she went to the back door and thought maybe that she could get in that way. There are boards on the windows, people. She's fucking up. And then I was like, dude, that's not an ice cream sub. That place has ice cream. Like the starter. And because that place is kind of in the hood, they also have check cashing. Because all places in the hood kind of have check cashing. Places in the hood have two hood things and check cashing. No matter where you go, try it out. Go, outside and see a place. And it's going to have like cigarillos, fake nails, and check cashing. Check cashing. It's gonna have like hot sauce, hotter sauce, and check cash. You gotta have the check cashing. You gotta have the check cashing, man. I've been having a really good time. I've been learning a lot lately. Oh man, about growing up. I have a real job now. I was a waitress for a really long time. You guys, Keegan knows what I'm talking about. I waited tables. That was fun. Here's what I learned about waiting tables while I was doing it. Anytime a waiter says absolutely to you, they're telling you to go fuck yourself. Yes. Think about it. Anytime a waiter says absolutely, that's code for go fuck yourself. You're like, hey, there's 13 of us. Can we all get separate checks? Absolutely. I didn't really. But here's what I learned and working anywhere else is that when you wait tables, you pretend to care about people that you don't know.
Was a tantra chair. So I just showed up at her house to hang out with her, got home before she did.
With the severity it deserves. And I'm going to ask you first, sir, okay? How many 8-year-olds do you think you could take in a fight? I'm going to set the scene for you, all right? It's just you in a field and then just waves of those little motherfuckers trying to come at you. How many do you think you got? 6 to 8. Understand, sir, these are not battle-tested 8-year-olds, okay? Like, it's just a regular 8-year-old kid. Like, you could just jab it right in the fucking throat. They're not ready for that. 10? Okay. How about you, ma'am? 5? You look like you've beaten an 8-year-old or 2 in your day. Don't count yourself short, guys. They're this height. Kick them in the fucking head. Do anything. I don't know a lot about children, but like if they still have a soft spot in their back of the head, take advantage of that. There's all these options. What do you got, sir? No, sir, you can't team up on the 8-year-olds. That's a little unfair. You're not tag team. It's not WWE, man. How many you got 1v hundreds? How many you got, though? 28-year-olds. Okay. See, you guys aren't taking advantage of some things, all right? You got to think. Once you knock out a couple 8-year-olds, one thing you can do then, pick up that 8-year-old, use it to hit the other 8-year-olds. It's going to regain range. You have to understand that beating the shit out of 8-year-olds is a marathon, not a sprint. Guys, you learn a lot about yourselves doing comedy. I learned that I probably shouldn't babysit anymore. I was around an 8-year-old for 10 fucking minutes. I wrote that whole thing. And I got bothered in the worst way the other day in my apartment. My doorbell rang, and I went out and I looked through the peephole, and I didn't see anything there. So I opened up the door, and in front of me was a baby in a basket with a note on it that said, "I can't take care of this child. Hopefully you can." And in 1 second, I went from being stoned to being a father. I don't know anything how to take care of kids. I just talked about beating the shit out of them for a while just there. So I was just so fucked up in my head, I didn't know what to do. But then I finally remembered I lived in a duplex, so I just slid it to the right and went back to sleep. I bet pimps would make incredible tennis players. Because, you know, they have a good backhand, and pimps don't give no love. That's right, tennis jokes. I'm real versatile up here, guys. I bet you that civil rights leaders, if they looked at the world today, would be furious with how little we use water fountains. But like a big deal then. Guys, I'm going to tell you a little fun fact about me. I'm actually a quarter black. And when I tell people that, see, like this guy laughs immediately. That's my heritage, but it's just a joke. And I get it. It's because I don't have any of the obvious stereotypes, you know? Like, I'm not amazing at basketball. I don't have a gigantic dick. But I make the best fucking Kool-Aid, y'all. And I was driving the other day, and I drove by this tree that had 3 different cross memorial signs on it. I'm going to give that to you guys again. I drove by a serial killer tree the other day. Which, by the way, if I was to ever die by driving into a tree, do not fucking put up a memorial on that tree. Do not give the tree a teardrop tattoo to let other drivers know it doesn't fuck around. If I die driving into a tree, fucking cut that tree down. Avenge me. Like, you're gonna tell me that if someone just came in my house, shot me in the head, you wouldn't rest until you found the murderer? You're gonna let a bitch-ass pine on I-16 take me out? It's horseshit. Hey guys, I'll tell you another thing, is that a lot of the girls that I've dated, I have a lot of issues with. Like, I tend to date a certain type of category of girl, and that category is batshit crazy. Like, this one girl we were dating, we were sleeping together for about 3 weeks, and we were laying in bed together, and she looked at me and she said, DJ, more than anything else in the world, I want to be a mom. I want to have kids so bad. Which, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure that's a red flag. And her biggest thing on it was, you know, like, DJ, if you and I have kids, our kids would be so cute. And I was like, all right, it's going to have half of my genetics, half of your genetics. So at very best, that baby's going to come out half crazy whore. Don't worry, she's not here. But the worst part about it all is that immediately after we were done with that argument, we had sex without a condom. I had so many pregnancy scares with this girl. I had so many pregnancy scares that I was just constantly on edge. It got so bad that one day I came home from work, gave her a kiss, she looked at me and she said, DJ, I'm late. And I just fucking snapped. I lost it. I was like, what do you mean you're late? I told you 2 weeks ago on Wednesday to take your pill. I knew you weren't. I knew you were just going to try and trap me in this bullshit fucking relationship for the rest of my life. But guess what? It's not going to be that easy, bitch. I'm going to take you to Maury and I'm going to laugh when I find out I'm not the father. And DJ, I'm late for work. So we broke up. What I'm going to do now is I've decided to go ahead and put all of my ex-girlfriends in a picture on Facebook. And all this picture is just a black background with red words that says, get tested. Which apparently is not the best way to get back in touch. And like I said before, guys, I'm a quarter black, and a lot of people always try and treat me like I'm differently, you know, like when I tell them that. And I've always tried to figure out, you know, like what the big deal is. Like, I'm still 75% white. It's not like I failed. Thank you so much. I'm DJ Delgado.
Guys, keep it going for DJ. Let him hear it. Oh, wow. All right, we got our last comedian in the competition coming up to the stage right now. You guys ready for him? No, are you guys ready for this guy? I know he's He's gonna fucking knock it out of the park for Team Sober. I'm so excited to see him. Please make all the noise right now for Mr. Wrath Master, everybody!
Are we sober? It's all about sobriety tonight. Where are my designated drivers? Where are you? Where are my friends with their court-mandated ankle bracelets? Where are you? Where are my pregnant girls? People on antibiotics. People who can legally operate heavy machinery. Raise the boat. I'm sober. If I wasn't, you would be in danger. I am the person that has to be sober. Can you imagine if I was drunk? I'd be eating your children. I do have one thing, because I'm sober, I am not usually carded. But when somebody does, it confuses me horribly. It is somebody's job to make sure that I am over 20 years old. If you are a bartender and you meet someone who is not 20 years old, but he looks like this, give him a drink. Nobody needs whiskey more than him, because he's about to die. I'm also not high, because what would be the point? I already have the munchies. I couldn't be more lethargic. I had 17 energy drinks today just to get off the couch. And ever since I was 15, every single person I've met, they just go ahead and think that I'm holding. And not just that I have a little weed. They think I'm an aficionado. Like I have 5 strains on me at all times. And this one I call the Icky Thump. And this is called the Lavender Ascot. And this I cultivated myself. It's called Superman's Taint. No! I don't need to be high. I'd just be a floor rug. So are we celebrating Valentine's Day yet? That needs to be celebrated. The fact that 2 people can find each other and be in love and be happy, and you get a celebration. Why? You already won. You have somebody. We need the holiday. You should buy gifts for people you know that are single. Who needs chocolate more than people who are by themselves? You should send me flowers. It should cut the fact that I smell like bacon and butt dust. I haven't celebrated Valentine's Day since the 80s. I celebrate Creeper's Valentine's Day. Creeper's Valentine's Day is on February 15th. That's where you hang out in a Walgreens and wait for the fat girls to show up for the 75% off candy. That's my Valentine's Day. And we all meet up at the Waffle House later and exchange stories. I know you don't want to know this, but I am a parent of 2 small children. I'm raising my niece and my nephew. My niece's favorite thing in the world is to buy ice cream off of an ice cream truck. Now, she doesn't just want ice cream. But look at me. I have ice cream. I have a freezer full of ice cream. I have chocolate and vanilla and that weird rum raisin that your aunt eats. I have more popsicles than you know what to do with. For $100 for $1. I have every flavor of popsicle that exists. stage with someone really, really sketchy. She just wants to pretend she's on the wire for like 10 minutes. She has to get it off of a truck. And she stands there and stares at all the pictures on the truck. And she doesn't need to look at the pictures on the truck because she knows what she's going to get. And I know what she's going to get. And the freak behind the wheel knows what she's going to get. Because the only thing she eats is the Dora the Explorer ice cream pop. It's brown. And it's in the shape of a football. But it's not a football. It's a Mexican child for you to eat. And the way you know it's a Mexican child is it has two black gumball eyes right in the center of it. It doesn't have a mouth. It doesn't have a nose. It just has two black gumball eyes right in the center of it. So you know that you're not chewing on a football. You, my friend, are chewing on a Mexican child. Now, she doesn't even like the ice cream. She just pulls off those two black gumballs and rolls them around her mouth, part of living. So one day, I'm in the kitchen with her. She's sucking on these black eyeballs, and her mother comes in to the kitchen. Now, her mother, the entire inside of her mouth is jet black. Her teeth, her tongue, her lips, she even has these little tendrils of black coming down. Like she's like the villain in a Silent Hill game. She's the most adorable child in the world, and she looks terrifying. And her mother, who's my sister, she looked at her and said, oh, sweetie, what happened to your mouth? At this point, the sweetest, tiniest little girl you've ever seen in your life says the most heavy metal thing any human being has ever said since the dawn of time. This precious tot looks up at her beloved mother and says, I have sucked the blackness off of Dora's eyes. I want it on postcards. I'm going to put it on my gravestone. I'm happy I live in Savannah, because if someone comes up to me on the way to the car and puts a gun up against their head, I'm just going to push it a little further into the barrel and say, I have sucked the blackness off of Dora's eyes. And I am sober. I am Ralph Nazi. Thank you for coming out. Where's Preston? Preston, everybody.
Keep it going for Ralph. Let him hear it. Holy shit. Oh my God. Who do you think won that round? Scott yelling at it. Who do you think won that round? Are you guys too drunk to yell out a team name? Here, need I remind you here? Let's take it through. We had make a lot of noise. Do you think Michael from Team Drunk won that round? Okay. All right. What about DJ? Do you think DJ won that round? Team High. Now make a lot of noise. Do you think Breathmaster from Team Snow won that round? Team Snow, holy shit, that's a tie. All 3 rounds, each 3 of the teams won. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring up one final guy. If you guys can guess which team he's on, that's the team that won. That doesn't make any sense to me either, but that's how I'm fucking doing it. So make a lot of noise right now. We drove from Atlanta together, but he's Savannah's prodigal son. Make a lot of noise for Evan Rose, everybody. Let Evan hear it.
Hola, amigo, ¿cómo están?
La temperatura ahí fuera frío. Brr. También, señor Gucci Mane. Brr, sí, no. Pero estos demás. I know. Yo no fuiste ahí fuera nunca. Solamente me hablaste cómo se dice. Netflix. Sí. Netflix. Yo me gusta mucho Netflix. Mi programa favorito de Netflix es... Orange is the New Black. Sí, mi también. Orange is the... Lesbianas son mis favoritas. Sí. Fuerte nunca. Me rasté todos los días. Sí. Recalling, oh, I'm not supposed to, recalling Spanish in a question mark state is because you're not supposed to know what I am or whatever. I didn't fucking make up the rules. Difícil. I knew enough, I remembered enough not to say orange is the new black in Spanish though. And this is true. The word for black in Espanol is remarkably similar. To the end of Paula Dean's career at the Food Network. And I will never... And that shit's timeless in Savannah. It's topical. My dick! Y'all remember forever, motherfuckers. No, I do. Never forgive her. I just started a new job. Trabajo nuevo. God, stop it. Sorry. I started a new job. It's pretty cool, man, except I gotta wake up like super fucking early. You ever have one of them jobs? You gotta wake up hella early. And like my boss is trying to train me. She's trying to explain to me like all the stuff to do. She's trying to go through all the stuff on the computer, like hit Control 6 to do this, and this is the shortcut to that. And I'm like, hold up. It is way too early in the morning for all that. Why don't you run that back? You know what I mean? Why don't you explain it to me like I am a juvenile? Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Move it slow motion for me. Because I like it like that, and she's working. I don't know how to act. Slow motion. The girl, the translator's like, I remember that. You don't need to translate. I remember juvenile. He's from... She's trying to explain to me all of like the regulations, you know what I mean? The importance of being prompt. And I'm like, listen to me, because I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect man. You know, I'm not always gonna follow all of job rules, but I'm always on time. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time featuring Ashanti. Is that what I was? Thank you. And that's all you need. Some kids tried to. The thing is when you work with somebody that's been working for a big franchise, like it's a Hilton Hotel. This thing that's been around for forever. She's been working for the company for 34 years. You get to start talking to a person that doesn't give you a human response. Their responses are so canned and calculated. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta look out for dim franchise boys. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta look out for them, and But what are you gonna do? You need work. You just kind of gotta lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it, rock. Rock with it. God fucking damn it, Savannah. I check like early as shit in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was asking a manager, like, why would anybody check in that early? And she was like, he's trying to get a refund. He's trying to eat the breakfast and leave, not stay in the room. This young kid, and I was like, I knew it. I knew when he came in something was fishy. You know what I mean? I knew it sounded like a con. And young, geez, he trying to take it easy. Only way to go. And so this is enough. This is just enough. This is enough of that one. We were, Preston and I, because he just lighted me, so I'm thinking about him. As I always am. We were on the way up here, and he was listening to NPR, and this old couple came on that invented edible underpants. And they're like millionaires now, and they were asking him where he got the idea from, and he was like, well, when I was younger, my older brother always said, eat my shorts. And I guess as I grew older, I was like, I'll show you. And he just patented the fucking edible. He's a billionaire. He sold his company to. This is more of a premise than a joke, and you'll see that a lot instead. All right. Savannah, thank you so goddamn much. Give it up for your host. Give it up for every comedian you see tonight, not just I, because we got a bunch of good ones.
Guys, give it up for Evan. Let him hear it. All right. Do you guys think Evan was on Team Drunk? No. Do you guys think Evan was on Team Sober? Yeah, he's definitely not sober. Do you guys think he was on Team High? Guys, it was a trick question this whole time. He's on all three teams. No, but seriously, if anybody has cocaine, we'll be sober later. Let's get everybody that was on the show up here. If you're on the show, come on up. Keep that noise going. For everybody who's on the show, keep it going up for Keenan. Keep it going up for everybody. Oh my God, Michael's up here. Somebody just take a photo. This is also being live streamed right now. Is this, Steven wasn't on any teams, but welcome back.
Look at the camera.
Which camera? Are we just taking? This is gonna be put on YouTube later. I hope my mom doesn't watch it. Guys, this was Drunk Sober High. Make a lot of noise for everybody that was on this show. I'm Preston Douglas. I hope to be back soon. Hey, let's hang out at the bar. Everybody hang out. Give me a shot. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. And by have a great night, I mean let's hang out.